In this short video, I'm gonna be giving you the secret to connect to your man through the love language of touch. Touch is a love language that significantly more men have as a primary than women, so using it, you'll be able to connect to your partner at a deeper level. Don't forget to download the first chapter of my book. It is absolutely free, and I will see you right after this. I wanted to film this video today because I have so many clients and women that come to me that say, I want to connect to my man more. Mark, I want to speak his love language more. And I say, well, are you touching him? And they say to me, no, I'm not a touchy person, or no, I'm not really like that. And they might not be, you might not be. But I can tell you that a significant number of men have touch as a love language on a higher level than do women. Now, what do I mean by love languages? Well, if you haven't read Gary Chapman's book or you've been living under a rock, it's all about the 5 love languages of words, acts, gifts, quality time, and touch. And touch for many men is the way that they feel and receive love. There's 5 particular types of touch that I'm going to tell you about in this video. I'm going to share with you that's going to allow you to connect with your man at a deeper level. And I think even more importantly, give him the ability to feel connected to you. As you'll see throughout this video, the way you touch a man and the way you connect with him through touch is what makes him feel loved, is what makes him feel like you are there, is what makes him even want to move towards you. So I'm going to be giving you these different touch strategies so that you can use them with your man to connect with him and really feel that deep sense of connection and for him to feel it back. Okay, before we get into the 5 ways to touch a guy, here's a couple of pointers about touch to keep in mind as you go ahead and practice these. Number 1, don't be afraid to initiate touch. A lot of women get nervous about initiating touch, and I think men I've coached as well over the years, where they say, well, I don't want to touch someone until they're comfortable with me. I want to hold back on my warmth. I want to hold back on that affection until I make sure and really get to know them. And the truth is, when touch is done well, it actually works the opposite way. That is, by touching someone, and by touching them sooner in an interaction as you get to know them, you actually make them more comfortable with you. See, touch communicates, I know you, I feel safe with you. So if you do it correctly, you can actually initiate touch, and that actually speeds up the process of someone getting comfortable with you. If you're not classically a touchy person, and a lot of my clients aren't when they come to me, this can be really challenging at first. But pushing that comfort zone and saying, hey, you know what, I am gonna try to touch people more. I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna build that affection with people is a really big thing, especially for women, because I tell you ladies, men are sitting around waiting for it. With so many of us having love language of touch, it's a big way in how we figure out if you like us and how we figure out if you are comfortable with us and we can move things forward. Don't be afraid to try stuff out. You can even tell the guy that you're doing it, just like this.
Hey, I was thinking, you like it when I'm a bit more touchy with you, hey?
Yeah, I do.
How come? I was just thinking, I think I might be a little bit more just touchy with you. And you can just tell me if it gets annoying or if it's too much.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay.
So as you see these 5 ideas throughout the video, don't be afraid to initiate. Don't be afraid to try things. And in fact, you can even tell the guy that you're doing so. And number 2, don't be afraid to try different kinds of touches with your man. Right, throughout this video, you're gonna see different kinds of touches and you're gonna think, oh, is that one me? I really like that one. I really don't like that one. Experiment. Try stuff out, especially once you've got your man, and when you get to know him better, you'll find that he loves certain types of touch and maybe others not so much. So again, you can even tell him that you're doing it, but experiment with different ways to touch him, even ones you might not have tried before. Number 1 is sassy touch. Now, sassy touch is a lot of fun, and you can do it right off the bat when you first meet and are getting to know a guy. The premise behind sassy touch is it's a playful kind of touch that encourages flirting, and it becomes one of the first physical connections that you can do with a guy, literally from the moment you meet him. Now, sassy touch takes a little bit of confidence to build up, especially if you haven't done it before. But the premise of sassy touch is that it actually involves pushing the guy away. So it could be a playful shoulder push, it could be a punch on the arm, it could be physically pushing him away. And sassy touch gets timed in when something funny has happened. So sassy touch works when you guys are flirting, when you're having fun, and when he has teased you in some way. It's a really cool type of touch because it actually brings the guy, because you're pushing him away, it brings the guy closer to you. If you are just starting out with sassy touch and you're a bit nervous about doing it weird or not doing it right, one of the best ways to get started on it is actually to bring the guy to you and then push him away. So this is the kind of flirting maneuver where you wait until he's made fun of you in some way, and then you playfully move away from him, and then when he comes to you, you push him away. So check it out demonstrated in this scene.
Are you kidding? Paranormal Activity.
Come on.
If we're watching this, you have to give me a hug.
You're so high maintenance, aren't you?
Okay,
How did I get such a high maintenance guy?
That's fine, that's fine. No, you stay over there. I will stay over here, and you're not going to get protected from the movie at all.
What are you doing? I was kidding.
There's no hug
I was
for you.
kidding.
No,
I was
no.
kidding. Hi.
No,
Hi.
you made
I'm
your
over here.
choice.
Hi. Then as you get better and more confident with this type of touch, what you'll find is that you end up doing it straight off the bat. Yeah! I won again! I won again! Guess who won again? It was Mark.
Oh my God!
Guess it was Mark. The second type of touch that men pick up on is what I call I'm interested touch. And this is the type of touch you use when you've met someone you're interested in and you want to be that confident woman who can communicate it to him without having to spell it out verbally. I'm interested touch is slower and more lingering than sassy touch, and it involves obvious affection. You're saying to the guy that you like him without doing it, without using the words. It's really powerful, and I've had this used on me so effectively because as men, we feel it. We feel that you're interested, and that gives us the obvious choice, which is we like you back and we feel safe to move things forward because we know you're comfortable with us, or we don't like you back and we don't reciprocate the touch. I'm interested touch is a deeply connecting feeling for a guy, and it's very powerful. We really feel it when you do it. Some of the best spaces to do it are when you're standing up in certain locations. For example, you might be at a bar, you might be in a line queuing. You can also do it in sitting down locations, such as at dinner or even at the movies. Here's an example of how you do it in an environment with very loud music where you have to lean in to talk to the guy. It can also work in very quiet environments where you need to keep the noise levels down and you still need to get close to talk to the guy. Or I can remember a woman doing this to me at a bar when a group of us were standing together, and in the way she touched me by doing so, it just made me feel so comfortable. I'm like, okay, sweet, she does like me, I know I like her back, now I can move things forward, now I can ask her to come with me, now I can ask her to sit down with me, and it made everything so simple for me as the group was chatting. Other environments you can use I'm interested touch. If you're at some kind of dance party or dance event, you can dance in front of him. You can be sitting down, again, you can do this at dinner, anytime you're next to him. I'm interested touch is a more intimate touch, and obviously it brings him a lot closer than does the playfulness of sassy touch. It's designed for one purpose. It's designed for you to say, I like you, with the subtlety of not having to say it. By doing so, the guy gets the feeling, okay, I know what's up, I've got permission to move things forward, or if for whatever reason he's not into it, he gets the message, as do you, and he can dial things back. The third type of way men love to be touched is through what I call loving touch. And loving touch is the beauty of having a woman who touches you as a guy with love language of touch. Loving touch is all the touches that you do, sometimes spontaneous, sometimes planned, that show that you are present with him and loving him throughout the relationship. So for example, it could be when you put your hand on his leg when you're at the table together. It could be a random kiss on the cheek. It could be the way when you're both at a party, you just walk past and you just kind of let your hand linger on him. It's a really beautiful connecting feeling for a guy, especially if that guy is love language touch, because that's how he's receiving love. And that's how he knows that your presence is there with him, loving him, supporting him. It's all the beautiful things that a man wants to feel without you having to actually say anything. Loving touch is incredibly valuable to a man with love language of touch. And as you go through your relationships, you'll figure out, oh, my partner really likes this or this. And this is the one in particular where I recommend just trying everything. Just touch him in all different ways, massage him as he's working. Just use lots of touch in all sorts of spontaneous, random environments. And literally ask him, either before, during, or after, like, do you like it when I do this to you? Do you appreciate this? And the vast majority of guys, you will be surprised at the reaction you get and how much they just appreciate having your presence there. I know when my partner does this for me, it's soothing, it's connecting. I know my supporter is there, and it makes me feel so loved when I'm touched with loving touch. Number 4 is lusting touch. Lusting touch is the type of touch you use when you really want to turn a man on and when you want to make it clear that you're pretty aroused and you want things to go forward. So men recognize the clawing effect of lusting touch. They can feel that, whether it's on their leg at dinner, whether it's on their back when you hug them, whether it's down the side when you're standing next to them. Wherever you do it, on their body, a man knows that clawing feeling from you, those hands grips feeling, he feels those in 2 places, right? He knows that. Number 1, when he's on top of you, down his back. And number 2, when you're bent over for him, on the sheets. So lusting touch, only use it if you really want to signal that you are very horny right now, you are aroused, and you want the guy to take things forward. Every guy knows that when you use lusting touch, it's a clear signal to move things to the bedroom. And number 5, this is actually one of my personal favorites that my partner does for me, is reverse touch. What do I mean by reverse touch? Well, what is the masculine energy all about? What makes us feel alive as men? It's when you open up for us. It's when you go into your feelings. It's when you lose yourself with us. It's when we can penetrate you physically, energetically, and feel you open up to us and receive us. The feminine energy is a receiving energy. And so reverse touch is the effect that our touch has on you. When we touch you, and it doesn't have to be sexual, not at all, but when we touch you and we see you melt for us, we see you go into your feelings, we see you trust us and feel safe with us and just lose yourself in our touch, it gives us this feeling that we can affect you, that we can open you up, that you feel safe with us. It gives us that incredible masculine feeling of being able to connect to you and have an effect on you. And ultimately, this is what men want and desire. Men want to feel like they can have an effect on you. They want to feel like in some way you need us, that we can have a positive influence on you and serve you. And one of the simplest ways that we can serve you is by giving you a great experience when we touch you. Whether it's the way you melt, you sleep on our chest, the way you respond, the way you lay back, just the way you let your emotions go. Men see that and we find it addictive. We want to do it more and more. We want to touch you more. We want to affect you more. It literally makes our day to touch you like that and see you receive it. So the final type of touch, reverse touch, is really about you responding to his touch. The more you can do it and the more you can let yourself go, the more you actually communicate what a man you think he is and how powerful his effect is on you. Hey, don't forget you can now grab my book from Amazon.com. Leave in the comments, what is your favorite type of touch? What's your favorite type of touch? How do you like to be touched? I would love to hear, ladies. Post in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell, and I can't wait to see you in the next video very soon.
Like, my missus is giving me shit. She's like, why are you messaging these girls on Snapchat? I'm like, I didn't even send them a dick pic this time. What are you complaining about? So insecure.
They're all the same.
Do you remember what the lines are? Is it mostly just like, ugh, my skin sucks. Get out of my house. Who will not go out with you? I should be a singer.
Just be really cute. Just like, girl, stop it, and like get punchy. Just see how hard you can hit me. Do it. This is your chat. I'm giving you permission to put everything behind your force.
I would not do
Every
that.
little bit you've ever been angry at me.
I'm not gonna make you
That
cry.
time in Miami where I made you so angry. You have permission to let out all of it right now.
I've already moved on from that.
All of it. Get it back.
I was
Think about
so
it now.
mad.
Think about it now. Generate the
I should have pushed you off. That would have made me laugh so much.
That's the passion we need.